Charlotte, welcome to the podcast. I'm so happy to have you here.
Thank you. No, thanks for having me.
I think it's really, I think this is going to be a really beautiful conversation because you've got a little one in the oven at the minute. And it's really exciting because my partner and myself, like we've also got a little one on the way. I think we're like maybe 2 weeks behind you guys.
Yeah, even maybe only a week.
That is
it's so crazy.
Wild.
Yeah.
So when I was, because I was going through Instagram and I was just like, and I saw a photo of you and the girls, like all with your belly out, like the training girls, you obviously aren't pregnant, but you all these bellies out. And I was like, I wonder how close we are. And I was like, I think this would be a really beautiful conversation, only, especially like you navigating this period of your life and talking about your journey, but then also a bit of back and forth from like, how I'm traveling and maybe trying to get like a little bit of advice from you. So I'm pumped. I think it'll be exciting.
Yeah, it's awesome. It's funny, that photo, obviously we all had our bellies out.
Yeah.
And a lot of people in the comments, I think, thought that all 5 of us were pregnant.
Really?
Yeah.
Surely not though.
And I was like, no, I'm the only pregnant one in that photo.
Yeah.
But yeah, it was quite funny. I was like, oh, this photo's going really well. Like it was really engaging people.
Yeah. Well, I mean, you got me engaged, which is why we're here now.
But I got all these messages and comments about us all being pregnant. So it was just me that's pregnant. But yeah, it's so exciting. I can't wait. It's been great to kind of still be involved with the girls and training and everything at the same time. But yeah,
because how you because you're still training. Like I remember we were even talking when we had coffee before. It's like you're still lifting weights. You did a broken Bronco the other day. I saw the times and I was like, this girl is still training at 28 weeks. This is so gnarly.
Yeah, I'm trying to. I'm trying to keep moving my body. I think for me, like obviously, I've been a professional athlete for 13 years, so that's my normal. Obviously, if you fall pregnant, I wouldn't recommend going straight into the type of training that I do. But it's just sort of my normal, and it keeps me sane. It gives me peace of mind knowing at times that I can still get through a pretty tough training session while I'm pregnant. I did some broken Broncos a few weeks ago, and then the girls had to do them at training the next day. And the SMC made sure that everyone had to beat my times.
So like if you can't beat pregnant Charlotte, then you're doing something wrong.
Because I think originally she was going to have them had to run them under 58 or something. But I did all of mine under 56. So all the girls were like, nah, we have to keep like getting the same times as Charlotte right now.
That is so wild. Because I was talking to my partner about it, and I think like the general rule is that like whatever you typically do movement wise, whether it's like running, lifting weights, Pilates, CrossFit, typically like doing that into your pregnancy is still like super beneficial, right?
Yeah, definitely. And I'm still like guided by my body, of course, but we sort of keep an eye on just like throughout the summer period, like in my first trimester, just like my heart rate and body temp was probably the main things that we monitored. But I'd just adjust the time of day that I'd train. Like if the girls were on at 10:30 till midday, I'd just get my running in before they trained, and then would just come out and watch rather than doing it in the heat of the day. But yeah, I've felt like all of my doctors, my obstetrician, everyone has been really supportive of me continuing to train. So I think it has really great benefits for me and the baby. How's
the pregnancy been overall?
Yeah, really good. It has been good. I was like a little bit tired in the first trimester, but other than that, I didn't have any morning sickness. I guess I'm just like been managing how my body feels. Like I get a bit more pelvic pain and hip pain and all of that sort of stuff. So I just do less change of direction or just alter my training sessions a little bit for those days. But I've been really, really lucky, I think, so far.
Yeah, you were saying before, it's almost like there can be a like a level of guilt sometimes with like having a really good pregnancy, because I know we see on social media like not the horror stories, but like people are very open about their negative impacts of pregnancy and how it hurts and how they can be sick and everything like that. So to have a positive pregnancy, you don't want to like, I don't know, there must be like a level of guilt there, because Em's the same. Like my partner, she's we've had a little scare, but other than that, she's been fairly good compared to some of her friends who've had like the HG, really bad pregnancies. And so she's like, oh, I feel bad talking about how good you feel, right?
Yeah, no, definitely. I feel like you definitely see a lot more of the negative stories, and I guess it's sometimes easy to talk about when things are like affecting you
Yeah.
and changing your life completely. Whereas I've been able to live my life the exact same way I've always have. I've got a sister-in-law who gets really sick throughout her pregnancies. And yeah, sometimes you just like don't really want to talk about how fine I feel because she's just been through the trenches. But yeah, I don't know. Like it'd be interesting to know whether like my training in the past has like helped me through this and benefited at all, but I think sometimes it is just good luck.
Yeah. And I'm very like conscious of how I articulate this because obviously I have no idea. I'm just a little fly on the wall trying to help out where I can, you know?
Yeah.
And then so I do want to be respectful for people who like have had difficult pregnancies and whatnot, and I will state that. But I do wonder how much of I guess like lifestyle factors have played into having a good pregnancy or a bad pregnancy. Like if you know, training, having a really great diet, like living a very healthy life.
Yeah.
I wonder how much that would dictate towards good pregnancy, bad pregnancies, or it's just like luck of the draw. Like this is just what it is.
Yeah, I know. I don't think anyone really knows the like ins and outs. Like sometimes on Instagram, I see that male sperm can have a massive impact on how their partner feels during the pregnancy.
Yeah.
But I can't say Lewis has the most healthy lifestyle right now, so I don't want to give him all that credit.
He's got good genetics. He's got good genetics.
I don't want to give him all that credit. But yeah, I don't know. There's just like so many different avenues I think that you can go down.
Sure.
But I feel like being healthy, keeping active, it can't hurt.
Were you guys trying?
Yes, it was actually quite a difficult, probably like period leading into falling pregnant. So my partner Lewis works rurally away. And then I was doing Wallaroos last year, which is like the 15-a-side format to rugby. And for those, we go into camps rather than with sevens, we just train Monday to Friday. But with Wallaroos, we would go into camps for like 4 to 6 weeks, go on long tours. So obviously like trying to figure that out with your cycle.
Trying to line up the cycles,
with us both kind of doing different schedules was making it pretty hard. And that was leading into the World Cup last year. So the World Cup was last July and I was trying to fall pregnant before that and was sort of just like, if I fall pregnant, amazing. If I get to go play at a World Cup, amazing. And then I broke my leg in July, the last test match before we went. So I didn't get to go to I didn't actually go to the World Cup and I also wasn't pregnant. So that was probably like a bit of a challenging time because both of the possible outcomes that I thought I would have, I had neither.
Is there a level of pressure to wanting to fall pregnant in that time as well? Because you know, when people talk about, it's like typically when you put so much stress and pressure on yourself to fall pregnant, it can be harder to fall pregnant. Well, that's just what I hear. But that level of, you know, like potentially like wanting to play World Cup, but then couldn't, but then wanting to be pregnant, but then it wasn't happening straight away. Run me through that time.
Yeah, I think so. Like there was times like our camps were in Canberra and it was going through winter and it was like cold and miserable and it was my first year playing 15, so I was transitioning from sevens and I'd sort of put like all my eggs in this basket of wanting to play at a Rugby World Cup. And there was times where I'm usually a halfback in sevens and by just like chance of a few injuries and stuff, I ended up having to debut on the wing for 15s, which is just was so foreign to me. And there'd be times at training, I had no idea what I was doing. I was like running around just crying in the backfield, like, just kind of felt like I wasn't like adding value and it was like a really challenging time. And then in the back of my head, I was like, I just want to be pregnant. I don't even know if I want to be doing this. And then I actually had a really great chat with our head coach at the time. And she's a mum and had played at multiple World Cups and she was really supportive and lovely. And then I think from that chat, I sort of then put like getting pregnant on hold. And
what
really,
did she say?
I think she sort of was just like talking about like her experiences in her career, and that not that she like encouraged me to like not fall pregnant, but she sort of like left it up to me, but also said like, like these opportunities to play at World Cups only come around so often. And I think she missed out on one due to being pregnant, or maybe she was injured. I can't actually remember. And she sort of just, not that she regretted it, but like just the challenges of not being able to return and stuff. So, I think after that I was like, okay, I'm just going to lock in and really try and like become the best 15s player I can. But then I broke my leg and I didn't end up getting to go anyway. So that was a real shame. But I think it then kind of put into perspective what I truly wanted. And that kind of gave me the confidence to make the decision that if I did have to miss sevens tournaments at the end of last year to, like focus on falling pregnant, but, like around my cycle or whatever, that I'd prioritize that for a moment.
Because it's almost like you have to put yourself in those opportunities because, partner's away and then you have to try and like line it up.
It was, I guess maybe that's why I've had a good pregnancy, because that last year leading in was pretty tough. So it kind of balances out.
Do you think everything kind of happens for a reason?
Yeah, I think so at times. But then there's other, I guess, like when we were speaking about Jai earlier, like there's no reason on earth that I feel he deserves to be given that diagnosis. And I've got some really close friends to me that have had awful things happen, and you just can't think of a reason that makes sense for that to happen. So I don't know. I think, like I would have loved to go to the World Cup and then fall pregnant afterwards and everything be really perfect. But I think in professional sport and life in general, that's just not the way it goes.
Well, I'm like, I always say like professional sport is such a roller coaster, right? Like you get the highs and lows, but then you think, well, that's just life. Like life is such a roller coaster, But I mean, I'm sure you were probably in a very healthy space. Your body was feeling healthy to be able to fall pregnant, which is probably, maybe a large reason like why you had such a great pregnancy as well.
Yeah, and I think I was, I'd given everything to trying to make that Wallaroos squad. I was really happy with the way I was playing. Obviously devastated I'd never got to go to the World Cup. But like I loved my time within that squad and I loved the friendships I made. And I think I was just feeling really content with what I'd achieved in my career, the player that I was. And obviously I really hope that I get to play rugby again. But I'm also in a place where if I don't get to do that because of whatever reason, I'm really content and happy with how my career's played out.
Yeah, and to be honest, I'm keen to talk about your career because it's been an incredible career. You played for your country, you've got to captain your country, which is incredible. But I think sitting down with you, one of the big thoughts that came to mind was that almost like that transition piece from having played at such a high level, right? Like being a professional athlete for so long, like over 10 years. But now you're in a stage where you're in motherhood or you're coming into motherhood, and it can be a different time of life and different priorities. How have you navigated that transition? And then you mentioned that it did become like something that you really wanted. But has there been any difficulties or challenges along the way?
To be honest, not yet. I've loved every second of being pregnant. My teammates are incredibly supportive and excited for me. And I haven't really missed playing as much as I think sometimes people might assume that as soon as you step away from it for a period of time, you miss it. And I think when you're injured, you do definitely get this sense of FOMO and it really sucks when you're injured and you don't get to go on tour or whatever. But I feel like for me, growing my baby is something that I just wanted so much that there's nothing I'd rather be doing right now. I wake up in the middle of the night to watch the girls play when they're overseas, but there's no part of me that wishes I was over there doing it. I'm so happy and content with being at home and entering this new phase of my life, which I think is probably maybe a lucky place for me to be in as well. I wouldn't say everyone that falls pregnant has that same feeling at times, but I genuinely do feel just so happy to be pregnant and still being able to do what I can do at the moment.
Did you always want to be a mum?
Yeah, definitely. And like I have a lot of nieces and nephews, and like I just love hanging out with them so much. So, yeah, I can't wait to, I guess, bring my little one into the tribe of all the cousins.
Yeah. I'm sure he'll fit right in there as well. He'll be leading the footy pack in there, the rugby pack. But yeah, I think that's it's an interesting space because I was medically retired, so I finished up footy 4 years ago, like 24, so it was a bit earlier. And in that moment, or like maybe 6 months, a year down the track, it's the same thing. People are like, "Oh, do you miss it? Like you must miss playing." And then I sit back and I'm like, not really. Like I kind of really enjoy kind of like doing what I'm doing now. Like I really, even now, like I enjoy the podcast. I still have, I enjoy training and running and doing what I'm doing. And then I've still got mates very much in the professional space, kind of like almost at their peak of their careers. And I look at that and I was like, I don't think I would, I wouldn't trade it. Like I would, like I loved my time playing in the NRL. I think it was awesome. But I was like, I kind of love what I'm doing now. And now becoming like, I've always wanted to be a dad, and now I get to be a dad, and I've just married like a person that I love like more than anyone in the world. And I was like, I wouldn't change any of that. Like if I didn't do that, then maybe I wouldn't be in the position I'm now. And so looking this, and then I can kind of see like in this transition where you're going, like even talking to you before, it's like you seem like it's such an exciting new phase of life. Like people can be almost scared of the unknown and the uncertainty, but I look at you and like you just look so excited.
Oh, thank you. Yeah, I think, I guess, to me, raising a child and being able to bring a child into the world, there's like no greater purpose that one could ever feel. So rugby has been my purpose for a really long time, and I've given my all to it for so many years, but I just feel like I have this new sense of purpose, and whether I continue to play rugby or not, like the transition will hopefully be easier for me because I do have this sense of purpose. Whereas I do feel like with some friends that have finished playing, whether it was on their terms or not, it's that lack of purpose that they kind of struggle with at the start because, when we're so goal orientated, and then when you have no goals to look forward to, I guess that's hard for people. But I just feel like I have a new sense of purpose, and I'm really excited for this next chapter.
I think that's so interesting, like the purpose bit about transition and retiring, because like both of us have probably friends, we're 30, almost 30, but very similar. And so it's just like, okay, well, a lot of our friends have made that transition and that retirement, and you can see them struggle. And I think everyone struggles to a certain level, right? Whether that's, with purpose, employment, financially, mentally, like being around a squad and being around a group of friends. And I always wonder, I wonder what like the main kind of thing is, and the way you articulate it around like purpose. Like you've almost like replaced this thing that has been such a huge part of your life, and now you've got this other thing that you've always wanted to be, in the sense of being a mum. And it's like this is kind of taken over, and it's like a new exciting thing to put all your time and energy into. And so because I look at friends who might be trying to find like their purpose, say, and it might not be having a baby, it might not be that, because it might be for whatever reason, but finding that one little thing, I think is such like a great little bit of advice, a great little tip.
Yeah, for sure. I think even, I guess for me, like my partner, he retired from professional sport 5 years ago now. And like he definitely has had times where it's been hard for him to transition and all of that. But I guess like the life that he's also building for us gives me confidence, and I guess this sense of like I know everything will be okay whether I go back to rugby or not, because we're also building the life that we've always prayed for, that he's creating on the outside of my rugby career. I guess that is also probably something that gives me a lot of peace of mind, is knowing that I've got a partner that's going to like work so hard and do everything to give us everything we ever wanted. Because
it's and I think it's really impressive how you guys are navigating this, like you being in Sydney training and him being in Queensland working in country. I imagine that long distance would be quite challenging, and I'm keen to talk about it. We're talking about a few friends this morning that are doing something very similar. I know I couldn't do it. I'm a sook when it comes to that. I know Em couldn't do that either. But it seems like you guys are like, while you are separated at the moment, you both have really good communication. It seems like you're building this life that you've always wanted together.
Yeah, and I think we've always been on the same page with what we want and what we want, I guess, our family to look like.
Yeah.
The way that we want to raise our children is always, we've been really aligned with that forever. So I think that is definitely probably like the number one thing for us, is just that we're on the exact same page.
Sure.
And then like he's always supported me to chase my dreams, and you know, if I wanted to stay in Sydney and continue to play sevens full time, he would be more than happy to support that, and he would probably sacrifice being with our baby 24/7 for me to be able to go and chase my dreams. And that's probably not something that I would want to do, because I don't want to take that away from him. But there's like never been a day where he hasn't been 100% supportive of me and my career, which is amazing. And likewise, like I don't want him to be doing something that doesn't make him happy or that he's not passionate about. And he's found something that he loves to do, and he's got a great work ethic, and he's started to build his own little team around him that they can work together. And yeah, I think we just have always been like extremely independent people, but like super supportive.
I think that's like one of the best traits in a partner, right? Is to like, no matter what it is, like being supportive. And there'll be different phases of our lives where we'll like have different priorities, but the ability to be able to support each person in that phase of life, I think is really cool. How have you gone navigating the time where it's like, obviously long distance is hard enough, like in general, but how have you gone doing it now that you're pregnant? Does that add a whole nother layer to it, or is it like you've done it for so long you're kind of used to it?
I think we're used to it. I guess at times, like when I go to my scans, or you know, like when you have your big 20-week scan, and you don't really know what you're in for when you go into it, whether you obviously hope that you're going to get positive news and everything's fine. But there's many people that come out of those scans with heartbreaking news, or just something new that they might have to navigate. I guess fortunately for me, I've had a great pregnancy, and everything's been really smooth so far. But yeah, I guess they're probably like the little moments where you're like, oh, I do wish that he'd be able to be here and come along. But yeah, I don't know. It's sort of, we just sort of figure it out. I think I'm pretty like easygoing, and I don't get like overly stressed or work myself up about many things. So I probably could be more stressed about this, but I'm not. Like, I don't know. It'll figure itself out.
I don't think you need to be. I think if that's the way we're rolling, I think that's like a beautiful place to be. We maybe like a couple of weeks ago, I was over in Boston, London for a few marathons, so we missed our 20-week scan, but we had to do it like a couple of weeks later. And we had like, we couldn't quite see this like one part of like our baby's brain, and it was like, they're like, okay, we'll just wait like another couple of weeks. And then we did the test again, and we still couldn't see it. And it was like this whole couple of week period of where it's like, oh, we're kind of in limbo. Like there's like that level of uncertainty that can be like so scary. We ended up having to go do a few more MRIs and a few other scans, and she's like, the baby's fine now. Yeah. But that time of like a month period where you're like, oh, this is gnarly. I couldn't imagine going through that by herself, or me being away. And so just like looking at how you guys navigate it, I'm like, I'm so impressed. I think that's like the coolest thing ever.
Yeah, it is good. And obviously they say like now the baby's able to hear and recognize our voices and everything. So like Louis will send through voice notes or like special messages.
What does he say? What does he say on it?
Or one was when the last State of Origin game. Lewis is born and bred in New South Wales, and obviously I'm a Queenslander.
Wow.
And all my family were like sending through photos of the kids all in their Queensland kit for the day. And Louis just sent him a message to remind him that he's going to be born in New South Wales.
Yeah, that's so awesome.
Yeah, he's a Blues. Well, he's going to try and make him a Blues supporter.
Sure. Even if it's just over the border, but he'll be born in New South Wales.
He'll be
right?
born in New South
Sydney?
Wales. Yeah.
Wow, that's so exciting. What's been one of your like favorite things about being pregnant?
I don't know. I think it's probably like, I don't know, the female body is just amazing. I
Yeah.
think just kind of getting a better understanding of what our bodies do to, I guess, like even the fact that like we create this organ in the placenta and
Yeah.
your body's just doing it.
Yeah.
I don't know how to explain it, but like
Nah, I'm with
I just
ya.
have this, I guess, even bigger sense of like pride in my body and how amazing it is. Like it's obviously my body has allowed me to be a professional rugby player for so long, and
Yeah.
now it's creating a little human inside of me.
Yeah.
It's just wild to think about.
And how wild is it? It's like it's a mixture of you
Yeah.
and your partner, and you're creating like a little mini version of you. Like, because everyone, like, obviously, we've had mates who have been pregnant and have had babies, and you've got nieces and nephews,
Yeah.
and like, I get it. But when it's yours, it's like, whoa, I get to meet like a little version
Yeah.
of me, and then like you're probably like feeling
Yeah.
him kick around. It's like, oh, there's actually like a little person. It's just like the most wiggy, coolest thing ever, I think.
Yeah, it is. It's so crazy. And just like, you know, chatting to people about like what his personality would be like or what he might look like.
Yeah.
And when you get like the scans and you try and be like, is that my nose? Was that your nose?
Yeah. Have you seen anything in your scans? Of like what, like facial features of what it could look like?
Yeah, or there's sometimes like my family we all have like a very similar nose.
Sure.
Like my dad, me, my nephew.
Yeah.
Like if you put us next to each other, we like all have the exact same nose. And like sometimes my mum will be like, oh, I think it's got a Caslick nose.
Yeah.
But then we had a scan. I just had like a quick one with my obstetrician last week. And I was like, oh, I kind of feel like I can see a bit of Louis in there. So
Yeah, interesting.
yeah, I don't know. It's just, I think, even just thinking about like what his personality might be like and hearing stories about, I guess, like Lewis and how he didn't like going to school and like all of these things that I might be in for.
Yeah. Do you think about what type of mum you want to be?
Yeah, I think so. I guess I think about it a little bit. I just want to be really present. And I guess that is the challenge I think I'm facing at the moment with continuing to be a professional rugby player is that professional sport, you have to be so selfish.
Yeah.
And I don't want to miss a single second of my little boy's life or like I want him to be either with me or I don't know.
Yeah.
So I think that's something that I'm trying to navigate is just I want to be really present for his life and not miss out on anything because I just feel like I
think that's probably like the biggest thought that I've been having as well. It's just like, but more from like a work, like social media sense. Like I just want to leave my phone like down here in the studio and like not let it come upstairs. Because it's like when we're there, like something like I want to be present. I don't want to be the dad that's like on my phone or like always having to take calls. It's like I'm almost like trying to put the boundaries in place now. So when Bub comes, we're like, we're ready to go. Was it a podcast with, do you know Alexis Fernandez?
Like I don't know her, but I've seen her a lot online.
We did a podcast with her a couple of weeks ago. She's like incredible, like neuroscientist, but just had twins.
Yeah.
And so we were talking about like, some good things to do. Instead of like just stop us from being like on our phones all the time. And there was like, it was so great being able to talk to her from like a neuroscience point of view and just like how it's almost like how happy like your babies can be. And so you can kind of like see a difference when you're like preoccupied on your phone or like something else is like preoccupying you versus like when you're 100% present.
Yeah.
It's like they're like, they get so excited, they smile. And I was like, I love that. And she said the same thing. She's like, you'll because you've got the awareness now, it'll be so much easier versus just like, going 100 miles an hour.
Yeah. No, I think that's, probably the key thing that I want to do is, and like my mum sort of jokes about it a little bit. So like I just like love playing with my nephews and nieces. I can sit out, like last night I was sitting outside with my nephew August in the rain for like 2 hours and he just wouldn't come back inside. But like I was happy to sit out there and let him do what he was doing. Whereas my mum sort of said, like, when we were growing up, she was always quite worried about making sure the house was clean and doing a washing and, like, keeping everything in order, that she felt like she did miss out on a little bit of that, like, playtime. Whereas we have quite different personalities. Like, I'm happy for my room to be an absolute mess if I'm, like, able to spend, you know, that time playing. So I think hopefully that's, like, a personality trait that I already have that will carry across.
Sure. So we my partner and I we eloped on the weekend and
congratulations.
Thank you. We stayed in Byron at like this like really nice hotel, like the nicest hotel I've ever stayed in. And it was like we came in and the room was like always just so tidy, and like M's a bit OCD, like our house has to be completely tidy. And I had the audacity to walk in. I was like, oh, imagine just like if your room was clean all the time. And she looked at me, she's like, are you taking the piss? She's like, your room is clean all the time. And I was just like, oh fuck, maybe I did put myself in it. But I know what you mean. It's just like, I think I am similar to you in the sense where like I want to be playful. I don't really mind if it's that, but it's back and forth. Everyone's different. Probably one of the bigger questions that I'm keen to talk to you about is post-baby. Do you think you'll come back and play?
Yeah, at this stage, that's the goal. I'm hoping to come back and play in some capacity. My contract with Rugby Australia ends December 31 this year. So I'll have the baby and, you know, like start that rehab process of getting my body back while I'm with sevens. But I do plan on moving away from Sydney to just live closer to my family and have a bit better of a support network so I can get to training and start, getting back into it.
Are these conversations that you can have now, because you're obviously still training, you're still lifting weights, you're still running. Are there conversations that you can have with certain strength and conditioning coaches or people in the space that, you know, you training now while pregnant will actually help you once the baby's here? Is there anything around that you've
about? A little bit. I think in terms of especially sevens, like obviously it's very high speed. Like the majority of the game is played at either high speed or very high speed running velocities. And the one thing that I probably won't be able, like I'm not doing at the moment, is running fast. So that will probably be the biggest I guess challenge when I come back, is just like rebuilding that base of high speed and very high speed running to make sure that like I just don't get injured constantly or whatever. But yeah, like so we definitely do have those conversations. Like the longer I can keep running, I think the better it will be for me post. And like but I think just even the strength training has been really important to maintain.
Has there been many girls in the rugby space that have come back after having kids?
There's in New Zealand, in the New Zealand Black Ferns team, there's I think 2 have had their babies already.
Wow.
Sheree and Michaela. There's another girl, I actually think 2 of them are pretty much the exact same time frame as me.
Wow.
And I'm not sure if they want to come back, but I know Sheree and Michaela are both training to come back at the moment.
Is there any mums that are playing?
So Dice, one of the girls that is currently pregnant, she's had twins a few years ago and she returned after her twins. And I think, like in 15-a-side rugby, there's plenty of girls that have been able to do both. Obviously, Millie Elliott's just returned and played State of Origin after
crazy.
Her baby Gigi. And I'm due I think Gigi was born around September, which is sort of like close to my due date. So like my time frames are very similar to Millie's. So it's cool to see that, I guess, what she's achieved in that short period of time and what's possible for myself.
Yeah, I mean, there's a few case studies, but there's not that many case studies of people who have come back.
Yeah.
You know, you look at Millie, Shanice Parker in the NRLW, Corbin. There's a few mums that have come back. I remember we went over to the Whoop HQ in Boston maybe like 2 years ago. And the girl, we did a podcast with the head of like data analytics. Her name's Emily Capitalupo, like really intelligent girl. And she was doing a lot of studies on like not the return of female athletes after pregnancy, but like in that sort of area, like around pregnancy. And what she found was she was also pregnant herself at the time. So she's like, it's cool that I get to run this department because I get to choose the like what we're researching. And so so she obviously went down the pregnancy route because she was really interested in that. And she said what she found is like actually the resilience that your body has from having a baby post afterwards is actually like really incredible. It's like your body's almost like I guess like became more resilient because it's like hard work having a bub, as you probably know better than anyone. And so afterwards coming back, so they actually see like a lot of success, which is really cool.
Yeah, I have heard that. And I know at the Paris Olympics there was like new spaces created for mums to be able to have their babies in the villages and all of that. And I think it might have been like at that games the highest percentage of mums competing. So I think it's becoming less taboo, and I guess the more like research that's going into it, and everything's allowing women to be able to do both. But there's so many Olympians that have returned from having babies. Like Sydney McLaughlin's currently also pregnant, which will be amazing to see her return to the track if that's
Morgan
what
Mitchell.
Morgan Mitchell has a
coming
twins.
Back. That's so cool.
Like there's just so many other women doing it, which I think is just cool to see like what's possible, and they make you really believe that you can do it.
Yeah, I think Morgs is going to try and go for Los Angeles Olympics.
Yeah, I've listened to her on a podcast not long ago, and I heard her saying that, and she's been posting a little bit about her journey online, and obviously having twins is probably just like a whole other
crazy.
So
but if there's anyone that's got that dog in her, it's she's got like one of the most incredible stories, and she's tough. Like she is so tough, but also like the biggest sweetheart as well. Like I'd be curious, and I love those people who are like kind of taking people along the journey. Would you ever do anything like that, like vlog or like give people into, I guess you're giving people into a little bit of an insight now, but would you do more of it?
Yeah, I think maybe if I'm like aiming to come back, I'll probably try and capture a little bit of it.
Yeah.
Because I know for like myself watching Michaela Brake, the New Zealand player, we've been chatting a lot, and I've watched all of her content, and you kind of get a bit of an insight into what she's going through, and it's been helpful for me. So I guess if I can help other girls that are navigating the same space.
Sure.
Good to do.
How have you gone navigating the social media space throughout your professional career?
I think I've kind of had like ebbs and flows of like being interested in it and then not so much. And but yeah, I don't know really. I think I just sort of have been pretty authentic. I just post whatever I want to post, and I don't think too much about it.
I just know I come at it from the angle because I know a lot of the boys can get trolled after games and you know, some really nasty comments being made about their family and their kids, and I've had a few conversation on the podcast around like having to navigate that and I was just wondering, because you've been in this space for so long, you've kind of was just out of school into an Australian team and then have done that for so long, so I was wondering how you've navigated it from like a female point of view, right? I've
actually been like really lucky. I've got an amazing fan base online and in, I guess, real life. I've got, like a lot of my fans are from France and like that part of, I guess, they're massive rugby nations that follow me. And I've actually been really, really blessed with really nice people that often just say nice things to me.
I love that.
I guess after Paris, I posted something stupid online, and then I didn't think it was that stupid at the time, but I'd had a few drinks and...
What was it?
We should have medalled. We were probably going into the games as favourites, and we ended up coming fourth. I was obviously devastated. Like I spent like days and days crying about it.
Sure.
But when we went out the night after we'd lost our bronze medal match, I posted like fourth off the field but first on it. No way, other way around. Fourth. I posted fourth on the field, but always first off it. And it was us like having a few drinks.
Sure.
And I think my point was like, no matter what, we're always like together and we have a great time.
Yeah.
And like, I've always loved every second of the journey of on field, off field.
Yeah.
Even if we didn't get the results on the field.
Yeah.
Anyway, it landed really poorly.
And so what? Just that people didn't get around
it got picked up. It went everywhere. I got like, I got in trouble from Rugby Australia. So I had to, like a formal, whatever happens when you go to HR.
Yeah.
It got like picked up in the New York Times and like all of these.
What?
Yeah. The Daily Mail loved it.
As they do.
But yeah, I don't know. I still don't really understand like what is so bad about the fact that we might not have got the result that we wanted. We wanted to win more than anyone else in the world. I can guarantee you that. Like we weren't happy to lose. The people that tune in just for the games definitely didn't care as much as how much we get. I can guarantee you that. But yeah, I was sort of just like, we get on with it, like life goes on. The sun will rise tomorrow. We're still having a good time. But yeah, it didn't land well.
Interesting. Well, how'd we learn?
Yeah.
But how do you pick and choose what you post on social media versus what you don't post? Like, is there a conversation with yourself on how much you want to post of your private life versus not? Do you have that conversation with yourself?
Yeah, sometimes. I think, I don't know if it's like a subconscious thing where I don't like to overshare too much on socials, because I definitely don't post as much as I probably could to, like really make the most out of my social media following and try and continuing to grow it and everything like that. But I think I just have always sort of like, I've just like loved playing rugby, and then I got followers because I was good at playing rugby. I didn't really sign up for that side of it. Like I genuinely just like loved rugby. I loved hanging out with my friends and having a good time. And I probably shared maybe too much of like just my normal life. I could probably lean into the actual rugby and professional side a little bit more.
I think it's interesting though, because I know obviously, especially in the female space, like the third party brand deals, like the social media part can be a huge financial benefit, right? Especially for a lot of the girls that are potentially part-time rugby. Like that's a very great way to make some great income. So I imagine it's probably like a bit of back and forth where it's like potentially a private person, but then can see this really incredible opportunity to grow more of a fan base, grow a personal brand. I imagine there's probably a bit of back and forth there.
Yeah, for sure. I think like in the rugby space, I don't know if you know of Alona Ma, but like I think she's got like over 5 million followers now online, and that's just on Instagram. I don't even know what her TikTok following is, but like she's got an incredible online presence, and she's been on the cover of Sports Illustrated and Dancing with the Stars, and like she's really done like some amazing things off field. She's not playing rugby at the moment. She's more focusing on that side of things. And I like love her content. I love watching all of her stuff, and like I guess the way that she's representing female rugby players is just so awesome. But I'm just like glad that's her doing it.
You don't want to do it?
I just don't really, I just like can't see myself putting, I guess, myself out there as much as what she does.
Sure.
As much as I love her content, and I probably wish that I could lean into it a little bit more, I just, don't.
No, I get it. When I was here on the Gold Coast at the Tides, me and one of my best mates, Carl Lawton, he plays over in England at the minute, and we like very similar, and it's a bit counterintuitive because what we do now is, I guess, a bit of a media platform, and we document a lot of it. But it's like we hated Instagram. We just wanted to be out like surfing and fishing and camping. Like that was like what we wanted to do. But then we realized, I mean, we talk about it all the time, is that like maybe one day we'll have a business, and like having a social media following like might help that or whatever it is. So we never really completely deleted it. Maybe we deactivated it here and there. But then when I finished up footy, like having somewhat of a small social media following, probably more so relationships, but it actually really did help us, I guess, do the promote the podcast and getting more people out and getting it more, like, I guess, of a following there, and which is now our job, right?
Yeah.
And so we wouldn't have had those opportunities otherwise. So it's like I can see the pros of it, but then I can also see the negative aspects of it, where it's just like, how much do you really want to share online? It's the biggest thing going back and forth.
Yeah, and I think obviously starting a family, it's that same, like, those questions come up around how much you want to share of your children online, or if you want to share them at all.
What are you going to do?
I don't know. This is like, I go back and forth with it all of the time. Like, I was actually talking to Mackenzie on the way here even about sharing his name online and like just random people knowing my child's name, like whether that's safe or how that looks for his life. And I don't know. It's just so hard. I feel like it's really hard to find the right answer. Because like, I love following influencers that are mums. They're probably right now, they're like my favorite people to follow.
It's a whole algorithm at the minute,
Like, I love mum content. I love, like seeing what the little kids are wearing. I think like if I am out living on the farm, like we have really cool content that I'll be able to create and share.
Something that I would love to follow,
and
selfishly.
Like a lifestyle that is, I guess people are really interested in, is this like rural lifestyle and raising kids on a farm, and all of that sort of stuff is something that I think is engaging, and it would be really great content. But like at the same time, at the expense of my child's privacy, is it worth it? I don't know. And
it's like, it's not like they're too young to make a decision for themselves. So it's not, they don't really get a say in it. Like, I'm exactly with you. Like I feel like I'm already a proud dad. Like I go to uni and I'm like, we're doing like this random, like I get to pick what study, doing psychology. So I get to pick what article and what study to choose. And I'm like, oh, I want to do like the impact of like the father's presence on a kid for like longevity effects or like depressive symptoms down the track. And I was like, I'm doing this because I'm going to be a dad like soon. And so I'm already a proud dad. So I want to like, tell everyone.
The world,
I want to tell the world. But then I come back to what you said, where it's like, well, I mean, how much do we, like, how safe is it? What are those little things? And I'm sure that's probably part of the reason why I want to have this conversation today, is because imagine there's probably so many new parents or soon to be parents that are having the exact same thoughts. And how much do they share? How much do they know? And
I know, like, I follow Steph Claire Smith, and she's used to share her children's faces, and now the content she shares with her children, like their faces aren't in it, and she's sort of changed her tune on it. And I guess that you can always change on the go if you don't feel like it's working. But it's something that I have thought about a little bit, but I just haven't come to the answer of what I feel like is the right thing yet.
I like what you said about not sharing name.
Yeah.
I think that's cool. Because typically like you'll get the photo and it'll be like, this is like such and such, you know? But then, I don't know, I think that like the way they look from a baby to when they're small kids, I was like, maybe we'll do like the baby side, but then once they get to like
older,
what's maybe it's older, we'll pull back a little bit maybe.
Yeah, I've seen a lot of American influencers do that. Like they share their babies' faces, but the older siblings, they only show them from behind, or... there's actually I don't know what a handle is, but there's a cool mum that does like a lot of baby outfits, and they do mirror selfies, and the camera, the phone is always in front of her child's face. But like you can see her and like his whole outfit, and like it's sort of become her like niche thing.
I like that.
Which is also really cool. Like if you can find something that's a little bit different that works. But yeah, I don't know. It's such a hard one in this day and age. Like there's different opinions either side that you're constantly seeing and battling with.
I know. I really love like even those like the contents of like the dads who are still training. And or like all the mums who are still training, and they're like taking their kids with them, or like going hiking. Like I want to get like one of those backpacks that like the little toddler can sit up top in. They can see everything. I was like, oh, I just think that would be just like, because that's the content I love consuming.
Yeah, exactly.
And I probably would enjoy making that content as well, and just taking my like little girl around with me everywhere. Because that's what Emma and I say. Like we definitely want to be the parents that like But and obviously we don't know, we're not parents yet. We don't know the struggles that it's going to come. And I'm sure it's going to be difficult. But I was like, I just want to take her everywhere.
Yeah,
like
same.
if we're going down to the cafe, like let's get a stroller and she's coming with. I want to pass her around to friends and family so she's comfortable. I don't know. It's just where I'm thinking.
Yeah, no, I'm the same. I definitely want him to fit into, I guess, our lifestyle and what we do, and try and rather than be like super, super regimented.
Especially when you're on the farm as well. That's cool stuff.
Yeah.
Do you want to play a game?
Sure.
This be random. We've never actually done this before. We've never done like random segments or these types of things. But anyway, we'll jump into it. It's red light, green light.
Like from the TV show?
Not the drinking game.
Yeah.
Your friend's laughing in the background. No, red light, green light. So I'll say like a sentence or like a word relating to like maybe like training or pregnancy. And if it's a green light, you're like, yep, I love this. This is something I want to do. Or if it's like red light, it's like, we're not doing it. Not a fan. Okay, you ready?
Yeah, got it.
Finding out the gender.
Green light. I already
of course
did. Yeah.
Obviously. Lifting weights while pregnant.
Green light.
Weighing yourself the whole way through pregnancy.
Red light.
Red light. Interesting. Giving into every single craving.
Red light.
Red light. You're strict?
Oh, I actually haven't had any cravings, so I probably, well, not that I know of.
Yeah.
So maybe I'm the wrong person to ask. I actually don't know how it feels to have.
Fair. I was looking through like fun like pregnancy TikToks, and I was like, oh, I wonder what could be a fun TikTok to do, but they were all like around like weight or around controversial. I was like, well, I can't do that. It's so inappropriate. Gender reveal parties.
Green light.
Green light.
Yeah.
Eating the placenta.
Red light.
Red light. Posting your baby's face on social media. We've talked about that. And the last one, letting your followers vote on baby names.
Red light.
Red light. We've never done anything like that.
Oh, cool.
Yeah.
Have you got a name?
We do.
Oh, cool. Yeah, so do we.
Yeah.
But I'm obviously not
going to share it on this. Well, yeah.
But it's fun to...
I'll tell you off air.
The discussions are fun.
Yeah. It's, have you had like any family or anyone like talk about what kind of names they would have for your bub?
Not really.
Yeah.
My mum is definitely obvious if she doesn't like a name.
Oh, really?
Yeah, she gives it away in her face.
Wow.
But no, I think the name that we chose, Lewis actually picked it the day we found out he was a boy.
Oh, wow.
And we haven't changed yet.
Yeah.
Sometimes I feel bad. I'm like, should we put more thought into this? Yeah, we gave him like an hour's thought.
Wow.
But my mum and dad both really liked it.
Love.
So yeah, I think
sometimes when you know, you just know.
Yeah.
I've got friends who are like waiting for when they arrive to know the gender and know the name, and I'm like, it's just giving me anxiety. I feel like I would want to know now because I'm like talking to her, and it's like a bit more of a connection. Where if it's a boy or girl, you don't really know, right?
Yeah, my oldest brother, he has one little girl so far.
Yeah.
Her name's Lila, and they. Like Sam has always wanted to call his daughter Lila. She's named after Lila Garrity from Friday Night Lights.
Yeah, love.
And that was just like always the name for his first daughter.
Yeah.
And then they're pregnant again with their second daughter.
Wow.
And they haven't picked a name yet. And they're like saying the same thing. They were like, we just knew it was Lila from the start. And now we feel kind of bad because we like haven't got this like definite name for the second daughter to be able to call her by her, what she's going to be called and whatever. So yeah, I definitely do agree. I feel like I feel more connected to him being able to name him and
It's interesting. Charlotte, before we finish up, I know you've done you've had a pretty incredible career, you played at the highest level, you played for your country, you're soon to be mum, you've had these like incredible experiences. What do you think has been one of the most impactful experiences that's kind of led you to who you are today?
Oh gosh, that's so hard. I think with like probably my sevens career, I think I've had to sort of navigate almost like 3 different generations of teammates, like my Rio teammates from when I first started. And then we had like kind of like the group around Tokyo Olympics and then the Paris Olympics. And I guess even now there's new girls coming in, and kind of there's probably times that I lost myself because I felt like I had to fit the mold of the group. Or
What do you mean?
So like when I was young, I'm like super competitive. I probably didn't articulate the standards I held on everyone and my teammates as best as I probably could have. Like I was probably pretty hard on them at times, and I was just so competitive and I just wanted to win. I wanted to be the best. And then I think as I got older, I felt like I had to kind of bring down my standards to meet the standards of the group. And I think I kind of lost my way a little bit at times because I cared so much, and then it was like affecting me as a person, that then I was like, if you don't care as much, it'll be easier. And then I think I kind of like came out the end of that, and I've realized that, like caring is actually really important.
Yeah.
I shouldn't change who I am or the person I am, because that ultimately made me the player that I was. So I think that was probably like the main thing I've really learned.
So the biggest learning would be to kind of like lean into your gut instinct on certain
Yeah,
things?
I think so. And like sometimes like not everyone's gonna obviously like you and agree with you, but I like no matter what, I always had like the team, and the team success was the forefront of like everything that I ever did. And I think that is something that I should always do in my life. So yeah, I think that was probably just like as a person, like just like navigating, I guess, the way that I don't know how to explain it. Does that make sense?
It
Not at
does.
all.
No,
Yeah.
it does. No, it 100% makes sense.
Yeah.
I completely agree, because I feel like I've been in a very similar
Yeah.
situation, probably not in the leadership positions that you've been in, but definitely the level of care and the
Yeah.
competitiveness that can sometimes come across as somewhat aggressive or
Yeah.
somewhat arrogant,
Yeah.
potentially. But I think for that time of your life, like being so competitive and having that care factor can probably what makes such an incredible player, and
Yeah.
also an incredible team if they choose to buy in.
Yeah. And I think there was probably a moment, like leading into the Tokyo Olympics, it was obviously we went through COVID. Everyone else in the world's playing tournaments still, but we're locked up in Australia, not playing, leading into an Olympic Games. Like it was like stressful, and we played a tournament, like a little Oceania tournament. And one of my friends, Laurie, she like sent me a message being like, like I think when young girls watch you play, they would think trying really hard is cool because you make it look cool. And that probably was like a key moment for me that was like, like it's like stayed with me forever. And like it's something that I tell kids now is that trying hard is cool. Like there's nothing cooler than giving everything to something. And so I think, I guess at times I probably lost that because I was like, I want to fit in and I want to be cool. But being yourself and trying hard and giving it everything is cool.
I think that's I love that. I think that's probably one of my favorite things that I've heard. Like it's just like since when is trying hard? Like since when is that lame?
Right?
Like I want to be the best, not only like player, but the best person I can be. And how do you do that? It's by giving it everything. Right? I think that's a beautiful example to set like the younger generation coming through.
Yeah.
Out of the, over a decade of, learnings and the highs and the lows, if you were to give one piece of advice back to young 18-year-old Charlotte, what would you tell her?
I guess it probably would be along those lines, like trying hard is really cool, giving it everything's cool. Like sometimes you've got to say yes to these opportunities, and you never know where they take you. Like I never thought I'd be playing rugby back when I was going through school, and here I am, 3 Olympic Games later, 2 Commonwealth Games, 3 Rugby World Cups, like just from saying yes and giving something a go.
Is there anything that you still want to achieve?
I would love to get to a 15-a-side Rugby World Cup.
Yeah.
Obviously, I didn't get to make the last one, so that would be something that I'd love to do. The next one's in 2029.
Wow.
So
we got a little bit of time.
We've got a little bit of
time.
Yeah, so I guess we'll see how we go.
Well, Charlotte, thank you so much for today.
Thank you.
I think it's been so fun. Like, not only this conversation, but the coffee. Like, seeing how you're navigating, or how you've navigated professional sport into this new phase of life. You're like this whole new purpose in creating life. I just think it's like the most beautiful thing, and I think you're an incredible role model to the next generation coming through. So thank you for that, and thank you for today.
Thank you. Thanks for having me.
And we're done!